zongo branch veti borna tizanga kule Shekina Clinic, popular known as Dr. Chao Hospital. Nta asebra dan garoma tranyela banchani mani nti yai program sharing danani mani, which is like late Dr. Chao o anniversary, understand ebe. Ncha program mami like drakunyela media launch, understand ebe. Ncha dagbang media houses zara nyela bambe jima puni, because sometimes like ben shabian me the tunity ni sel namati bankaman is hardly kaman kasunno da ben shaw ntekane ka family ma be nimvo shabanye dankbamba be o paba ka benatu chala ben ma goyi on bet den nga la juste pam kaman nimvo so no bolon wan yara Dr. Chao ncha onda ku bi o nyavel punu ka be biago ma punu kanan da ben shaw on kan ma o pa nyala ngun garzantone be o family nyala ban garzantone ka yeni dibe ka te bonma be ti yabra ne rabi o nyavel ne kanan da ben shama da paladin yanzan sole ncha ka ba gbaza tole nan da chena so ye to ababe mi bian makar mala kaman on lan kan ma be yar shanga bian da lan nan da so ncha dan da nye ban organize la media launch on ma ka te kanati dishara ka kanana tijin zon zan le wa so lo pam da nyala ban kana jima pune da ba bande ti yongo like bangba ku mal ye kare ka ba ye ma nye da mal ya pam understand ba za ra nye la ban be jima pune understand ebe ncha te mama ra nye la mun di fila pam yarla aji Mariam do kurugu ra nye la mun di fila pam dende ninka ti a be nan zan chile ncha ka dwe te chanto na nye la mun yan dian fa na pam mbo na te chanto ne ka tinya ncha launch man ra changshan be meeting ma solo ra yina ta tadele ncha ka jima changshan.
All the media houses present here this morning, our friends of Shekina Clinic, our noble volunteer staff of Shekina Clinic, and our good friend and partner, Mama Barbara. I really want to show our appreciation for your ability to honor our invitation for the media launch of our 30th stroke 5th anniversary of the establishment of Shekina Clinic for the poor and destitute, and that of the demise our beloved founder in Pleasant Road of the beloved demise. So we need to show us in peace. So I humbly welcome each and every one of you this morning for this occasion. So once more, you are very welcome to the launching of the media. Thank you so much. On the proceedings, on the upcoming celebration we are about to have. First of all, I would like to probably give you, for the benefit of those who are here for the first time, I would like to tell you something brief about Shekina Clinic for the Poor and Destitute. It was established by our beloved founder, Dr. David Abdullah, in the year 1991, and we did that for his love for his God and neighbors. And we did the selfless service from that year, 1991, to 2016 when he passed on. And by the grace of God, all the activities that we used to run, feeding the parents of the poor on the streets of Tamale, feeding the parents of the poor on the streets of Tamale, then offer free medical services to the poor within the Tamale metropolis, among other things, were done by him. And by the grace of God, after his death, we are still going on with that. And that would never have been possible but for good friends around who in one way or another have brought into the whole idea of the establishment of Shekina Clinic. And like I mentioned earlier, it was started in the year 1991, and we are preparing for our 30th anniversary. 30 years, I believe each and every one of us will agree with me that it's not a small thing. overlook, or is there something that we have to acknowledge and appreciate that somebody there just render his selfless service to the needy without taking a dime from anybody for the past 25 years. We were just preparing to have our 25th anniversary when the sad incident took place and we lost him. We still mourn him, we miss him, we appreciate the kind of person he was, and his legacy, by the grace of God, we are trying our possible best to maintain and sustain whatever he left behind. And this can never be possible without the support of each and every one of us here. Therefore, I would like to say that with the establishment of Shekinah Clinic, every single day, we keep a number of about 150 poor people living on the streets of Tamale, and they're basically living here with us. We have about 25 to 30 destitutes who are living with us in the premises here, and we give them all the 3 square meals a day, and the food we give to those on the streets includes about 30 prisoners living in the Tamale Central Prison. And we also have a free consultation or free medical care for whoever comes here for that, and in whichever form that we can do it. We don't charge anybody a penny for the service, remember, be it operation or consultation, medication or whatsoever form. Many people will ask questions like, where do you normally get your resources from to do that? Shekinah Clinic is a name that we gave to the center, and it's a Hebrew word. The meaning of Shekinah is the presence of God. Why did he choose that name? For him, he said, any establishment that you make with the name of your Lord shall never come to one. And therefore he chose because most of us who are conversant with the Quran or the Bible will confirm that, or bear with me that when Moses, Pharaoh and his men were taking Moses out of this one, they came to the sea and they got stuck. So God ordered him to use his stick to hit the ground and the sea would revive. He did that, and there was such a cloud that came direct from the sky to the ground. And that cloud was called Shekinah. It's an Hebrew word, which means the presence of God. So for Doctor, he said, I will name my clinic Shekinah because I want the presence of God to be there. So that is how come that the name Shekinah. And by the grace of God, we can say that 30 years is ample enough to say that God is really present here. The working with the mind is about 5 years now, without his physical presence. But by the grace of God, we're still going on. And we don't have money sitting somewhere or food items or clothing. It is just by the grace of spontaneous and good friends here and there that we are able to go on. Many people around will normally say, oh, Shekinah Clinic, they are very rich. Truly, when you see what they do, imagine feeding an average of 150 people. Feeding just 3 or 2 people in your family every single day is difficult, let alone 150. And we don't just give them anything. We cook variety of food. All the local meals we cook in our homes is the same meal we provide for these people. And like I said earlier, we don't have the money, but God had it and He always provided. And I remember vividly what my mate told me in his sick bed. When he was lying down and people were donating money here and there for his medical bills, he said, look, you are wasting this money. Use it to feed the poor who are dear to my heart. And that was it. We were feeding the poor. We never missed a single day when he was sick. Even the very day he passed on, we still fed the poor. Why did we do that? Is it that we didn't love him enough, or we didn't care that we had to cook to feed the poor? No. It was his request, and we had to honor that. He told us that if I die, leave me because I am dead and I'm going. But stomach knows no holiday. So I am dead and you need to feed the living. So at his request, we did exactly what he requested from us. So people in town were confused, asking questions like, they said the madman is dead, but his car is in town feeding the poor. Is it true? So a lot of people came in here to really confirm that the man was gone. So all the activities that he used to run, every celebration, we are more or less like prostitutes. Let me put it roughly like that. We celebrate both Christmas, Salah, top of any festival in the country that we celebrate. And how do we do that? Every celebration like the Salah, we cook food and we go to the Tamale Central Prison to feed all the prisoners and those living on the streets of Tamale. Christmas Day, we feed at least an average of about 3,000 poor people. How do we do that? We organize buses, Damasco, either Damascus here. There's a village school down there called Damasco. So we normally go to them for a bus and carpool, and then we are able to convey the people one after the other to our house. The first batch will normally come, and then we feed them. The buses will go back to town. By the time they will return to the house, we would have finished feeding the first batch, and then we take them back. And that day, we also do elections in the house. We normally go to electoral commission for their indelible oath. There were some people who come like several times, so we go on feeding and feeding until we get tired. So we identify that, and what we do is that when they come, we will usually mark their fingers. So the first batch that normally will come, we will not inspect their fingers, but we mark them. It is with the second batch and subsequent batches that will be coming that we will be inspecting their fingers. And by the grace of God, we will do this from morning till evening, and everybody would have been fed with jollof rice in a takeaway bowl with a chicken, popcorn mixed with toffees, loose clothing and sandals. Everyone who happened to come that day would definitely have a chance. And indeed, we are in a difficult time where things are not easy for anybody. So last year, with respect to the COVID, we couldn't have it in our house because it's too small to contain everyone. We organized that in the clinic here. And I will tell you that it was one of the most excellent Christmas parties that we ever had. Well, it was well organized. We organized the people at strategic points. We have the disabled group in Yampala, with the town, the prisons and other places. And we have some able men, including some of our artists who came around to help us. And we really appreciate the efforts they made to have given us that support. So we're able to again feed over 3,000 people that last year. And I used to say, and I will still say that with or without COVID, life must go on because people must eat and people must, get the care they deserve. And it saddens my heart to say that a man like Dr. David was able to establish an institution like Shekinah Clinic, and he selflessly rendered his service to the poorest of the poor till his sad demise. Yet still, his program is still going on. And I will say that there can't be any single big man or whoever in Tamale, especially, they're going to say that he or she did not directly or indirectly benefit from Shekinah Clinic. But unfortunately, most of our support doesn't come from people here. The discouragement and distractions we get from people within by doing this work are usually coming from our very people. And I can recall that, if my memory will serve me right, I can recall that after his demise, a lot of people made remarks like, this system is dead with a man, it can't go on. And even if it will go on, like the too long right is saying, a maximum of 1 month, the system will collapse. I mean, how can you be sitting on a branch and you are cutting it down? And that is the sad thing to say. People said this, and they really made sure that they made calculated plans, caused a lot of distractions, spiritually, physically, top of anything. They were telling us so many everywhere about the wife, Dr. Abdullah's wife. the arrogant girl, the stubborn girl, Yasantua, my mates are many, I can't count them. She doesn't listen to any advice, any piece of advice. You know why they were saying those things? They wanted to discourage our donors. They even went as far as to say that I was refusing donations from people. First, they made sure, people in Tamale, I'm sorry to say, I'm one of them. We have three things that we normally use to cause a distraction: religion, politics, and chieftaincy. If they are trying you in every way and they can't get you, these are some of the things they use. And I can say that they use all these things on me and they are still doing that. There were many times people will come to tell me, please, we heard that after the demise of your husband, the work is still going on, want to come and support. But we learn you are rejecting donations. So are we welcome to come and make a donation? Just tell me which normal human being will reject. At that time, I am still vulnerable, and I think we all need support here and there. At that time, I was really, really vulnerable, and they thought they could take advantage over me with that. There was so much pressure on me from every angle. And this group that came, they wanted to make a donation of 50,000 Ghana cedis. It's a big money. And at that time, I tell you that Shekinah Clinic was limping after his death. We had a lot of challenges, but we are still able to feed the people every single day. And they came. They told me that they were going to give us the 50,000 and take 10,000 out of it, and I will acknowledge to receive that I have received the 50,000 Ghana cedis. Then I could then do whatever I want with the 40,000. And I said, no, I can't do that. My conscience will not leave me. If I receive 50,000, I'm writing 50,000. If I receive 40,000, that is what I'm going to acknowledge. So these people said, Korawe or Jimmy, my tree, I don't have my tree, this thing is not good. So they said, this girl is a fool. We have worked to get this money, and we want you to take this much, and we will take a small part you don't want us to take. So yeah, go with it. Some people were angry with me. They couldn't understand me. So they said I was heading towards a doom. They were, if I'm rejecting these things, how are we going to function? But my mate didn't do that. He never took conditional gifts. So I didn't do it. And I said, God will feed us. And I will share with you a very interesting thing that God did for us. Within that time, we had one friend in Accra, Sister Sadia. She's been but like a solid pillar for us to lean on. She came to me and said, Mariama, I miss greatly. I heard a lot about your late, and I wanted to visit him even when he was in the hospital, but unfortunately I was out of the country, and by the time I returned he had gone. But I am here to let you know that we are there to give you support. So there's a group called Unani in Accra. It's an organization. And these people are going to have their anniversary. And I want to pay for your flight in and out to come and talk to the people about the clinic, and maybe they will give you support. So I told her that our culture, I was not allowed to travel around that time, but if I could get some people to represent me, to which she agreed to. And I made Siba, the guy sitting on my left, with Mr. Hadi to go to Accra, and I just gave them some small writing, and they also knew a lot about the clinic. So they went. They represented the clinic, and whatever information that was given, the organization had promised to give 10,000 Ghana cedis worth of medicines and food items. But their talks and what they discovered about the clinic, there were people who started promising I will donate 1,000 Ghana cedis, 2,000 Ghana cedis, and then they came back with 20,000 Ghana cedis, plus the 10,000 Ghana cedis they were going to give. As if that wasn't enough, another group came, gave more than what these other people were requesting for me to do. So you see that if God is present with you, with or without man, God will always do his work. So things happen very beautifully. And then I told myself that, so they were in Accra when Siva called me and said, Sister Mariam, this is what happened. When he spoke to me on the phone, I broke down. because it was just an answer to my prayer that, look, God wants you to continue with the work. And that was exactly what happened. And I could go on and on with these such stories that has transpired, and the hope and the grace of God that is keeping us to go on smoothly and comfortably. So I think that for the sake of time, I will not bore you much with some of these stories, but we also want to say that even by the grace of God, activities doctor used to run, everything is still going on. And now we have even added some additions. We have a school between Nobi School and Mariam Porter, we named after him, David Abdullahi Memorial School. What are the things that one can do to develop a society? If you establish a clinic, a hospital or a clinic, if you establish a school, among others, what of these can we say that Dr. David didn't do? He's did all these things. So it will be a shame on us, you and me, for us to close our eyes and let his hard-earned good legacy crash. And by the grace of God, we will do our possible best to make sure that we continue to sustain and maintain his legacy. Thank you so much. Sorry to take a bit of your time again. There were some things that I needed to update you about via the celebration. We're going to have our gala matches. The launching of the whole program will take place on the 25th of September. That will be Saturday. By the grace of God, 9 o'clock we all gather here, and then we will do a help walk from here to the Shoho roundabout. Then we come back and unveil a kind of signpost we put at the entrance on the junction at the roadside coming to the clinic. Then in between, probably any media house that will be generous enough, like you are always doing, that will invite us to come and brief them about the clinic and other proceedings. And yeah, things will go on like the gala matches, among others, till 2nd October when the ground level will take place here in the clinic. And then a Thanksgiving Mass by the Catholic Church will on the 3rd of October. That will be Sunday. So I think that is what I just want to also invite you on. Thank you so much. Maybe I na wani ko domin wanda fa shi to don mun fitan ko ka ta fara ta yana ta tubbe cewa ka ce ka sanu ban ne wanda fa ban shama bina ku biyan cana wala ka ta bayan nan in tar ko ba ta ban shaba ma ka da ba yale kale ya ta zama shama dan da jani zan fa on kalen sinyanga na haidan na ku biyan ya ma na wani ko no nan da ko cirsa tin yan chanshan kana ko inda kawta ma nan tin yan nan sham ko da ji wahala in ba ban sha zan zan karnya nan da ma son sama karaba bahiyale ya to rozo to bai to pare so kam za ha won ko na pan kana fiyan no to cine ya to ngum tin yan nan ban sha kale nan yarba tan baniya zan pa de bala naro na tin yan station shama radio station shama bambo na to kana kabta bang da bla mara nya so be to mama da chambe da na chana ben ya shambe ya mo sarana ben yara dia to aka ta ku ya ta ba tani program be ke sa sha ta ban ya bo ti sta santaha ne ya ban shan wata pon mere ya la intaha na ku ya sham sami sirma na do koy ba ne me shan ba so
ayata Dr. Karisman ya kama sha da fa Josh to
to nande so ndiri jamman ku sahaba mbene chakam ndi no sha ule yela Dr. na kale ka dama shanga party zaba timatima me varso kabayete ne Dr. na kanma te tumama nere kutum na hai tumama yantum kama gweta targa nyala ban sa'adan yanci kai ne tamala ne kinsi bi karamba ne bi kana batata sa'su te jajego sa'su ma mi ranya la dane pam da yina te yatti ne docteur radan kanon de kar chama kanon ko tola nan la kar chama te je ma bar na nahare ka te ne to ko ji ka sham zan da son sunna ne zan son sunna na kama shabra zan mun yan ban da sham da ban le million 50,000 million portion na yan ko kabra yana ne mun yala organization sha kabra ban na te je ebe tantati ka te je ko shi ka te ko su mu trabajo ka te ko su na he ka te million kwa ba ka tra ne ka le sam na kamane ko su no ma million ko su no ma ka te je ka tra ye to kutu nan la ti ya nan la da pe mai shiri te to ma mi da ba wu te shiri ora zan na ya ma la bare ya man shiri ni da zan barma binin da bu har ko ta can ma ta ga mi zan sharbare ta ku can da yara kan da ya ku to dele kabra je so ka kuma ka can har da shar je su yan ma kai ne yan can la ni kuma ma na ci kan da ya tunna wasu tun dun ba ta can ma da ya ta ya to ashare mun ni sai ku to bana won ka na ba dan fatan na ala ba bo mana ya man inta na wasu mutun da dun ba ma wanda dun ba ma mun ka ta baza ko ya tan dun ba mun mika ta baza banka cana na an kulluti inta harin yanga bin da can shabara baitana an ta son sampam karga sasu ta kaman ti zan ta yara ta na wani ka can jan yara na an ku caka tuma ma zane kan duk kama anta hadan nan ko kan haina zuwa bidan bu ne badda bara bituma ne zaba ne ban ya shirma bila bu cere kun mara amma bidan muti hadara ya ni sharika na ta son sam mun za asar na mai anyo bishir ko ashir ko la yun lan nan dan ba ka so ta zawon diga bai ban jira wani ta na tan nan da ka za asale ye ma wani sheka da ma majir kan marma kan ya shirka ban mara an ya zan tun shanna kayan zama da kafin ma labe go zan tun laune la tun ka ta jira amma tun shana yan zamna kar zan fa wanda ba ba wani ya son sam kaje so kan na to jiri so bin ya ta za asar la son sam ma ta za asar son sam ta zasar la bayan kana in ta baramti bayan ta barga ta so cin gashar ta kama na ta tamma to ta sura na wani gum ta kace barga bo wanda zan yi man shay barga ma na ta ta baza ko zan la ya man ma gole ka ta baza sa ta pawo kana to wule ne kan yapso kama non da ta ban sha ba ma ta baraba damle na zam ta nan ba
mutana wala wala wish playing band
They have done tremendously well and they deserve a very big round of applause for them. Let's do that for them again. Yes. I mean, it has not been easy. Like Ajia rightfully said, I mean, even some of us were of the doubt that if this institution will still go on after the demise of our father, and it has been 5 years. And even after the death of our father, it seems that the institution has even built more than we thought it could have survived. That's why we recommend them on that. And personally, on my program, it's long overdue, but I'm going to allocate 1 hour on 2 different locations on my program, so that Ajia will find a representation or herself will come on the program. We will educate the good people of the region of Ghana as well as to how and what is happening here. I think so much need to listen to the people because there's so much that we heard about this institution. People need to understand it, which I would ask on my last point. And my manager is here. Though everything that comes from my program, he will demand cash. But I'm sure with this one here, he will not demand cash. So we are giving 2 solid hours. One will be on the weekend. And we get to our people about that. That's a promise. Now we're doing a good day. I will carry my NT from there. The other one is there's this question that we've been hearing, and since we are here today, I would like Ajia to react to it. That the facility here has been turned to the worship center. I mean, there are so many people that they think if they come here, their faith will be shaken. the concept is that most people are Muslims, and that if they come here, they are forced to accept Christianity before they are attended to. And since we are here, the cameras are here, the microphones are here, I would like Asia to react to it so that if you are making the headline stories, we will know how to address that particular issue. Thank you so much. I'm grateful.
The question you asked to clear the minds or the doubts that goes or lingers in the minds of people. Unfortunately, people don't know what they say sometimes. It's hearsay, Tamil stories. We have a mix of religious people here. Muslims, Christians. My late was a Christian. I am a Muslim. We don't coerce anybody into any religion. This is a place for everyone. Shekinah Clinic for the poor and destitute, the home for the forgotten ones, the homeless. If you are entering the clinic, you will see a big signboard at the entrance indicating that irrespective of your color, your religion, your tribe or background, you are welcome to Shekinah Clinic. We heard all these stories, and that is why we put that at the entrance there. And at the OPD, if you go there, when we are going around, you see it. There's a big picture with my late on it, where he wrote, God is beyond religion. We have the Kalimat Shahada on at the OPD, the dispensary. Then we have the cross, we have the Hebrew symbol. Why did he do that? He knew the minds of people, that human beings are the most variable among variables. We can always think and say what we want to say. Because of this, he indicated various religions to say that each and everyone is welcome here. It doesn't matter your religion, and that is what is still going on. We are not changing anything that he left behind. If there's going to be a change, perhaps there's going to be an improvement over what he's done, but nothing is going to be changed by the grace of God. Thank you. For instance, we have the medicine and then we don't have the food. Somebody needs food to eat. Then you ask me to use the money to buy medicine. Are you helping the system? No. Then another thing is, if you are bringing a donation that will coerce us to do something outside our normal thing, then we won't accept it. For instance, those who were coming in, seriously, they tempted me with huge sums of money, dollars, euros, billions. And the reason was we will just have to change the system. Any donation you are bringing to tell me that we are moving outside what my late did, sorry, I can't accept it. It was a promise between us, and I will die and meet him someday. I want to go and meet him and look straight into his face. Thank
you. So, be to talk to Dr. Polo. You see one man, the Lamana to talk to Dr. History. So, then Dr. History Sabuma, Manda Balaswani. So, I was Zaha. Try Cabesano. Gertiane, yeah. Try Cabesano, they will know the Jackass have some. He is now, or one, their song. Dr. Daniela Sudona. Kaya ngomgware staff somson sudone ko yerma so tra iso chana pina kra wa ni lamwarne onyanya usunda ko bena ndamba nama wata nyaka so zi mwarne karman la yi yala saw yanyawe jebun zanma ni zane ko yan kila kom do ma ko ni pa no den ko pipa in te morma to pala norma wa dema ko de tra chane akra yala ko ma fe nchana ka onya paso yi yala nyo Oto sidi ayi bana dabai kapanga ya we doso independent nyina kazang ba yinga la su doctor to chande koni dan se trana chana ka to yala kuma suna chante mate nsawam onye do so nzi moarne wazaro ko beka kungunla kala to ya sie en ke moment de pago am ko kato kom ne pan kalo ma ya ke chana kala to chana kra ne ta ne on that pie nsawam no do na varanda ni man so te pie on seva and the money. Then I pass a one. Don't you have to ya? Pick on you doing my aunt, no chance of Superman. After I see a room, I wonder not that they front me, or I see a lamb is in young. Yamas in pans of front man. Hang a crack. The more I know about Payakra, teacher will come at the Silvenda. I crack at like yours, our man. This is not back. I don't want to yell, Doctor Mwala Patas, name Mbobai. I don't check at the Afas as mother of Boba Tanka. The Mundaba had a Sakuna, but I jump. Tries you Mukana as a tuna. What until I buy you my OP? Bravo Ahoro, I don't know from Togo. Bravo Ahoro, Sakanda UP. Hale Udamia Tilahe, Kajan, Moon Tilahe, which chanting a casson you more. We are more silly and normally. I go once out of you, I can move land of Richmond. Until I take what I can go. So I'm not a channel pony. Not a man history pump. They are what I have to do. Try Chana to Pambanka Dama, the Mala Gomes or Coastal Surwa. When you are Bunkumna, I want to come. They go Kulak at the La ho, the Anchaka Gombu, Marma. So not to my Diane to go for Kalambok, no Colonel had for you today to be any. So be he is come on, came near Mal or driver. We can meeting. What did you draw a man will come spare tire? After I will be allowed. We can now come on to Zion. We have one, will come now. We say more, can see more. We need to start the Bandira, second by Denman. Mean to certain that Chakra, Bravo our silly, Cartas, water Tassel. We may have to Cassia, so Nakalaka. So then our pants are on that end. So then our palm demand not to get. But when I start to grab Bandira, that will take away. What I might have. As I have my Yina, and my glory. Doctor Appan also. Those are not so. Metabne and Walandra. Now that people buy a brilliant one. Now I got the fuck out of the repeat. Now yes.
I don't know where to start. But all I can say is that we have a saying in the Bani that Kunyanga. All I can say is that Kunyanga is the aftermath of death. Romani is temporarily closed down. And we have a hope that someday, by the grace of God, the place will be active again. As we speak now, good people of Tamale and outside Tamale came together to support us, and we were able to protect the area. We've done some farming there this year, and we're going to use it to feed the poor, and hopefully one day God will provide a similar person or someone who could who is more also close to someone like Dr. Abdullah. We closed the Romani branch was closed down because of a series of problems, which if I start now we can't close. So I will just say that it is sad for what some of us or the bank per se. It's like most of us are so selfish. Selfless people are not around. We have few people like him around, but majority are not. Right now, as I speak, people are harassing me. I'm just saying it in the air so that I pray that greed doesn't overtake me. So I will dance to their tunes. They are coaching me to sell either part of that land or rent it to them to use it for business. God forbid. The clinic I have hopes. We are not fighting to protect the thing because of me or because of his children, or because it's for everyone. It's for the general public. There's so much. If I mean to talk about Romani, I'll get emotional. So I will say that Romani is temporarily closed down, and by the grace of God, we hope and pray that someday Romani will be running effectively like Guru here. Thank you.
It's a pleasure to be here. If you are far from somebody, you will not understand the person very well. But when you get closer, you get to understand the person very well. I think when the committee brought the invitation, I told them I would try and personally honor the invitation. Not for anything. My first time of coming to Tamale was in 1995, and where I lived just by the great traffic light. Upon my arrival, I witnessed the sharing of food to the destitute, and it kept coming daily until I left that vicinity. Though I did not know him personally, but I felt that this gesture is something that some of us have never done. And I think that if he did it till he left this world, we will have to continue. And the only way we could continue is to tell the story for others to hear. I want to stand here to also affirm the pledge made by my host or my presenter that he will give you the 2 hours without payment. I think that I will affirm that, and I will add that other times will be added. If we get to know your program lineup, we will support and add other airspace so that people will hear the story very well. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Asia. You would have been a better person to take over or to inherit the place than Asia. But before that, I also had a very beautiful relationship with our late father. I remember somewhere 96, 97, then about during my senior secondary level, my best point was Giddy Pass. That was the last point of Yaka, normally when they share food. By then I was a shoemaker. And then the food was not only meant for the black people or people who are not well in the society. But trust me, we all benefited from that food. I will not lie to you personally. Just to help our brothers who are not well to get better. So when Leo brought the invitation to the office, Leo said, "Oh, come to Mama, come back because Asia really likes you and she wants you to be part of it." I told him, it's not only Asia, I am part and parcel of the family for a very long time, and for that matter, I have to represent. Going forward, Fila FM 89.3 will also promise you and will deliver, and we are ready to deliver, and we promise you we can start today. That will give you all time. Come tell the world your plans and what you have to do, and also to educate the good people of the region how much we've actually supported the clinic, and so far your journey, and then we'll get to know better about the clinic. So at this point in time, the airtime is going to be in 2 folds. I'll be giving you an airtime in Tabani. Anytime you want to tell the people what you have, especially this anniversary, we'll make sure we do the publicity for you. And the English segment, you have a beautiful sister here, Shawana Yusuf, will also do that for you. So we are not just going to give you airtime, but we'll make sure we divide that into 2. So those who understand English will benefit from you. And our local people here too will also benefit from you. Thank you very much.
She could be Shabanda on the Bama, Kabanil Kayi Kodea to Swamba Kabachantu. The Baima, Nami, Dr. Kanama, and the Deacon.
And the prayer to the man, Dr. Rajan Kaban Shakam, that we shall be channel when you open it, the number to Yatarga. Amma ben young da punchi, Kunan Kane, she could be Swambama. She could be Swambama, Ben Shakan Mirachaku, Chalama. Benumbo, Kanyanga. Ama passenger and mass on the man when Chanka to Kalano Pavu Pavishi. They go up Okukalan and Nosham. Can I swamble? Try on the Lila Aratra. Casherno Yambum Jari, Obe Guaraka to Zilare. Kabugu. Katra Champion GPRT Unam Dagban and Bangin, Katazan Larata Swamba. I karate Nacha Lankara, Kumasi, Tonsha Kamayan Cham. When you were Cham the money. Captain Matter to take a key. Come subtractor from the Larane. Little Yaladina, Cabayet to Catalano. Inta benirba pamda bian ka be cham ka benang bala bian jo ka bas mat yam pal ko yina zo o da ben goriyan yo hantam ma so la ben ma hayno zo na yi ko dana bian shi ko ben ne ben ma ben cha ko ra chali nyam bon shi tu la krele ga so nerba pam hay ma wo yar wo dra so ma nya la yum tina na ka cham to ke shi ko ma ran ta ma shi ko nda ko ala ka man to se ben ga za mu ma shi ko ka ji awon na yi ko ka anda to in chawne mana ka to da ku tuma ben mira ben ya makaman shukuru bin shabun swama shabulem du'ate nama ka shabulem naisin nama ka shabulem tichen nama amma sad nama nan dahma nan yar kaman bi chama bin gon wala gabar tiyar be tapso anda ambara yi banda yuna da ma da bara mala yal gwala so yub da ka doctor aje dare doctor ai kono da ban shaka tan ya ka zama be dan ne o yan chalama o ya kaman to son be pam to ga gama mi ani nan da nyanga banin nan ma to ne karman da tura kullan bila nyanga ka to ma so ban nan da binye ora ya kaman we catch them young and they will be yours forever we dan baba ban ne ba da ne we tin nan ta mamman shukuru tin ya shukuru ma wurin sa behma bitiya bala bitiya nan fa hino ko ba za ko na buham ka chan ba lapsati society ma na ta ma ban sha na ma ban bo wani ma ba karata kun bar da maka banan kana so ku je go tambila wannan din nan shay ma yara kurai ne teacher ka pa shukuru wurin sa behma ka wurba ban to ta shukurma so to say tana da radical to kulizan bla onda zan principle shabian ma ngurabe tanda da dabs shaitan bol founders day every 2nd October clinic wa bartunda shukurma ga za be ma tiyan ce maka ba jiptinana gives day an tattaba ka wurta ba yornan ta ce mana babban da famfon ka ta yarba onda anya ne verso da sadi ta isla be people balanin fa yin o ba ko na zai an zan da ta bla zani so shukuru bai ma amma furan da rezo da na kuwa wani kama so yi mai jiya nin case ka kara ka tana to to kuso hai ne jiya mo na on gafara mai miya ne shaki na educational fan support ma mutan lapsana na on yi ko fun bani ku to no ko no ma ta zaban jiya won join hands zaha mani nirbo so ma so na educational fan support ina na ngumdele kan danya first pioneers an to mai ban san ka ne ka yi kwa ku to chan shale amma mai ban da to tar so an chan shale to zo ni da chan shale ko ne jiya ga wannan to shi ti wanda kan wani fashe na ku to muro ba bai na ku to biyan barati yaran dai annan le education is a very vital thing in our society we don't to the kwazesa so educational background the man the story kan ba dan mai the story nta hadin ce ka tara zan ta kwalanziya banta ba in kwashe kurma zan fahashi ton wazo yazo ta zaha iyan tabe ka wula ka ta panta man swan ta society ma in baya
He said the physical body is nothing, but the spirit is what matters. We are thinking that he's here, but most likely he's in the midst of us standing here, just that we cannot see him. For me, that is what I believe in. But because we always need a symbol to imagine and to think that this is where he is, that's why most of the time we come here. To just pay a tribute and to let people know that this was the final place we brought him in. Because when he died, there were many stories in Tamale for which the media must have even heard. He died in abroad and his wife kept him in a fridge and was deceiving people in Tamale that the man is still alive when he's gone. Yet he was still alive. And that he was buried in Accra, he was buried in abroad. This is his final place. Anybody who wants the truth can come and see. This is where we finally brought him. So
I'm glad that you are here today and people can finally, at least people who wander through will know that this is where we brought our Dobido. I always say that do garia po yulukum barge. It's not because he was my husband. It's just because he was a unique person for which maybe for several decades, if at all we can get his time. And we pray that his gentle soul rests in eternal peace. Because of the rain,
Nchampu muso aka yala yeginde nan solo ka dueti chantono biela anyela nguyendi enfant pamzan chanjima pune anye the likes of DJ Carlos Mohamed G-Face anye ka be yinati difila kaman be nyala banyan pai like banyan tete mama airtime be program so ko kanati difila nam zanjande Shekina Clinic like be project ni ma na ban nan da ban yar shanga na ban ni der son sam sham understand yabi so ngbaza la ke katire ti yon yar la asanzana ma tanana ma ta dalfana ma like ban malye ne ban yar kar zanda da tuni izan iza allabe Shekina Clinic because ban nan da ban yar shanga ma dan nan difficult pam kan nan hard pam ncha amama nyeti yab ma be te bama gballe ne radio chapolo ncha tara nyela bangale nlele deza understand yabi so nzan la ke ka buharam ma be ka buharam ma kama buhago nye ko nyere kama dende ne tinan like ka kane banam yen zanga chang balane banam yen biya ku yele ka ban yen jiya ku yele ma fila bo ka ban yara zang pa polo I mean I understand it because like the bomb odo to be mi on da be biya ko pune ne o like o min now ne ban sharan da be bu sun bet ama man di shara kama o kalen sin yanga halin zo so na jin yago no karpala shara vela ko en dizanto ami understand abi so man mina za da tuni te gbabu hata ma den de tinan ka ta kana wulan yen nirbe komen si zang pate polo ami understand abi so den kan da pun yala ma yen cha tamare gala matches a pungum on ye za gala matches ma bien kana nche half work like tin kana nche tin yan yina te nga in yago ta na ma ai ban yara pambien kati nan jima pune so da butuni annan zinchile agbaza no to yina dating ma paskere ma zo anto yina like but join a group ma kanye tin nan na ban sha kamza together po kan chapse mbor nan zan pe kazan pour son ti ncha banda ku be jima pune nku to boys so kamza wiya da ba banda chwa boys ncha banda ku nye ban be jima pune nan ban yar shanga kar mal ya pam because organization ma bank baza anda ku nyere so chwa boy sun puya ka pa abda ba bande media houses sha bank baza arabe ni ma puni yar lan taba bank baza arabe ni ma nan kulan zan la chika puru so kamza ncha chika sama yan satete kan na ku tira agbaza ku ba ndap sama na date ma ven yalanga chibe dinde kunun ka dap sama pa ka agbaza yina ka tinya banyan tapson understand ai yina kan yina ku baza yina ncha da nyala bi haguma adin yan chan ven yalanga assalamu alaikum